Hello everybody, this is Spring and Web back here with part 3 of What If Deku got the Omnitrix. Let's get in. Okay, we start this off at the sports festival. All the classes has come out out of after they've been caught out by midnight. And then it's 1A's turn. And Izuku has to give a speech. This being that everybody should do their best, and it doesn't matter what they use their power for, but use it well. And let's have a great sports festival. So then I should mention I'll just be doing the sports festival in this one, and maybe some of the um part after it, like the in like the training from that. So it's gonna be the race. So it begins, and Deku turns into fast track as he speeds through the entire map. When it comes to the 0 pointer part, he just phases through them. Then when it comes to the mines, he intentionally sets them off, like when going across it, and then he turns back into regular Izuku. Izuku. Then it's the cavalry battle. As Izuku will do on his own, as they say that he's going to need a partner. As then he turns into upgrade, then ultimate Echo. Then even though I know this is one of canon Echo Ultimate Echo's abilities are, he multiplies himself with one being on top. As then it begins, and to protect them they use a wall of sound, as well as whenever someone tried to go over from above, attack them from above, he just used another sound wave to block them off. Since he had the max point headband, nobody could he got first by the end of it. Uh yeah. As then we get to the 1v1s. So first match, Izuku vs Shinso. Ojo informs Izuku of what Shinso's power is, and Izuku informs Ojo that there's nothing to be worried about. Since, don't worry about it, but he has nothing to be worried about. As when, they begin, Shinso starts talking all smack about Izuku, saying, "You're lucky that you have this quirk on your side. When me, my quirk is villainous, and people will only see it as villainous." As then Izuku responds back with, "It's not villainous unless you make it that way." And then Shinto thinks that he mind controlled Izuku. And then Izuku comes back with saying, "You probably think you mind controlled me. Well, you didn't." As then Izuku just walks up to his Shinso and says, "I don't want to turn into one of my fancy aliens." And also, it's not a quirk. It's a device that allows me to turn into different alien species. So I don't want to have to beat you up. So please just exit the arena. As Shinso refuses this offer, as Izuku says, Okay, I guess I'll have to knock you out. As he turns into Diamond Head and then turns into Ultimate Diamond Head after. He surrounds him in a bunch of red crystals. As then he makes those crystals go out of bounds, and this declares Izuku as the winner. Then we go to everything goes the same to regular battles. So then it's Izuku versus Todoroki. As then before the match, Todoroki tells Izuku his whole backstory. And then Izuku tells Todoroki how he wasn't even on Earth for the past few years. So he should be lucky that he got to be with his family. And also that unless his father can control the way that he uses his quirk, it's not his. As then we get to the battle. As Izuku is just dodging all of Todoroki's ice attacks, using 5% of one for all. He's dodging up until the part where he's just finding this really boring. As he turns into Octagonal, not going into his ultimate form yet, as he starts creating ice and saying, "I pretty much have your quirk." Well, both of them in this watch, so I could very easily defeat anybody that I come against with ease. I even have the power of an omnipotent being. So really, nobody here is a challenge for me. Izuku just shoots ice at him then Izuku says, "It's your power, not his." As this ignites the fire side of Todoroki. As he starts using his fire side. As then Endeavor comes down saying, "Shoto, you did it!" As then right as he finished Shoto, you did it. Izuku forms ice around Endeavor's mouth to shut him up. As then Izuku goes ultimate. I mean not ultimate. He goes back human. As then he turns into a different alien. Landslide. This is Landslide, pretty much a lava based alien. And this is not my own design. This is by this guy here, Matthew Bits, I think. As he uses lava and fire against Todoroki. As then he goes finds that Todoroki's fire is actually pretty strong. As then he just wants to end this so then he can fight Katsuki. And as he turns into Eye Guy and shoots that giant eye beam from his chest. And that's how that ends. As we go to the battle with Katsuki and Izuku. With this starting off with Katsuki saying, "I don't know how you got this power, Deku, but I will beat you." With Izuku remarking back saying, "No, you won't." As Katsuki starts exploding off near to Izuku, as Izuku just dodges it, as he's saying, as Izuku then says, "Your blind rage is gonna come back and bite you in the ass one of these days, Katsuki." As then, the whole entire crowd laughs at this remark. As then Katsuki gets more pissed off, so he then attacks Deku with a it's impact. And this making Izuku dodge, almost hitting him. As Izuku then says, "Okay, let's get this over and done with." as he turns into Heat Blast. As he starts shooting fire at Katsuki. And then Katsuki says that it's good that you left. It gave me more of a chance to hang out with your mum. As Izuku in his Heat Blast voice says, "What did you just say?" And then Izuku repeats himself, "What did you just say?" As Katsuki then says, "It gave me more of a chance to hang out with your mother." As this pisses Izuku off, as the Omnitrix forces him to go back into his human form. As you can see, Izuku getting angry at this. Izuku stares at Katsuki with his the eyes and the eye part inside of his colored part inside of his eyes shrinking until they're like the size of like a little speck. As then they go away. It's just the eye. It's just the eye now. As then his hair. The Omnitrix goes off and says, "Saiyan transformation about to be activated because of rage." As then it slams down by itself as Izuku goes into Super Saiyan. His eyes still being blank at this. As also something that I should mention. Actually, don't worry about it. Sorry about that. I got the wrong Super Saiyan 1. Well, this is Super Saiyan 2 actually. Also, something I was mentioned that I forgot to mention, I think, in the last part. Izuku, the Saiyan part, the same blood that they use in the Omnitrix was a legendary Super Saiyan. So the Super Saiyan hair is going to be green. As he goes up to Super Saiyan 3, which Katsuki can feel the power emanating, going off of him. And just reminding you, he's still blinded by rage. As Izuku, it looks like he teleports, but he just moves at incredibly fast speeds, and knees Katsuki in the back. This making him tumble over. Then he goes into something truly terrifying to Katsuki, as he goes from Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4. Then one above that, Super Saiyan 5. As then he uses engine transmission and then uses a key blast to Katsuki's face. This almost knocking him out of the arena, but he doesn't want to give Katsuki the sweet relief of not feeling terror, of feeling true terror. As Izuku creates a Keyblade to terrify Katsuki even more. And then he uses some I'm just gonna make this up. I'm just gonna make some bullshit powers up. Uses some illusionistic powers from, to say, some alternate part of the Saiyan that the Omnitrix absorbed. He uses a Keyblade, and he makes Katsuki think that he's cutting each one of his limbs off. But in reality, he's not doing any of that. He's just making Katsuki think that he's doing that. And then Izuku snaps, and Katsuki realizes that none of that actually happened, and he was crying in front of like an entire stadium of people. So Izuku wanted Katsuki to feel embarrassed as well as terrified. As then he calms down, and he goes back into his human form. As Izuku is then declared the winner. And then we skip a week later with Aizawa telling them about the internships. as Deku has the most out of everybody. But he decides to go with one, being with Gran Torino. As that's where I'll be ending it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye. I know this one is short, but that's because I decided to do this one right as I woke up at this time, and I can't be bothered doing anymore. And so, in the next part, I'll be doing I'll be doing a the internship arc, I mean the stain arc, as what maybe of some season 3. Okay, so yeah, good night, good day, good anytime that is where you are. So just have a good one.